Tammy, are you there? I was just curious if you were done at the hospital yet. If you've gotten whatever medicine you've gone to get from them, hurry up and come back home. There's still plenty of cleaning to be done here, so get back here now. I doubt that you even had anything wrong with you to begin with, you big baby.
Hello, Lucy. I am actually done at the hospital. Thanks for asking. It appears that I am, in fact, pregnant.
Wait, what? You mean it? You mean that you really are pregnant?
Yes, that's what the doctor told me anyways. I was told that I'm about 8 weeks pregnant.
Oh, really? Well, I couldn't tell at all. But congratulations on that, I suppose.
Thank you for the exciting response about it. I told Ben just now and he was over the moon about it. He said that he was going to buy a cake on the way home to celebrate the big news, actually.
Well, that seems just a little bit early to celebrate, if you ask me. I mean, we don't even know if you're going to be able to carry it to term.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. But it doesn't change the fact that I think this is something to be happy about. But don't worry, I promise not to let my guard down until I'm further along, and we're more sure.
Well, anyways, being pregnant doesn't mean that you're sick, so hurry up and get home and get back to work right now.
Yes, of course. I promise that I'll keep trying to work as hard as I can. Of course, I might not be able to do as much as I used to. In fact, I might even need some help.
What in the world are you talking about? Are you really saying that you're going to need help cleaning the house because you're pregnant? Honestly, what is wrong with your generation? Back in my day, pregnant women didn't use their pregnancy as an excuse to get out of their duties. Besides, young people these days get used to so many appliances to help them, it's hardly even work for you at this point.
Well, yes, I agree that we have much more technology now, but I still feel the physical effects of the pregnancy. I don't know, I just think that there might have to be some days that I need rest.
You don't know anything at all. Being lazy is one of the worst things that you can do for the baby. You need to keep yourself moving, and it'll help your baby too. And I don't want to hear any excuses about morning sickness or anything like that. The point is that you're not sick, you're just pregnant. Besides, if you're going to be a mom soon, then that means you'll still have to work on your housekeeping skills. It's obvious to me that you're not ready for this.
Yes, of course. Please don't worry about it. I promise to take care of everything to the best of my ability.
Well, I'm just saying that you still have a long way to go if you want to be ready to raise a child.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry to have caused any trouble over this.
Oh, I bet that you really are sorry. But honestly, it's just sad what women your age get away with these days. You want the whole world on a silver platter.
I'm sorry that that's what you've seen from my people in my generation.
You really are useless daughter-in-law, you know that? I don't know what my son was thinking marrying a girl from a poor family like yours. At this point, he might as well have married the maid. At least she would be more use than you. Don't you know how rich the family you're marrying into is?
Well, since I have some time before I'm going to have this baby, I am going to do my best to learn as much as I can.
That really is the least that you can do. You have no idea how embarrassing it is to having to introduce you as my daughter-in-law to people.
I understand. I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused you. I should be home soon. I promise to start cleaning once I'm back.
Good. That's more like it. And once you've finished cleaning up around the house, you can start to cook dinner too. And if you screw up at all, I will be sure to let you know right away. But just do exactly as I say, and you should be fine. Tammy, do you have a moment? I just wanted to talk to you about moving out.
I'm sorry, you want to talk about me moving out? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Move out from what?
The house, of course. I want you to pack your bags and go. And I want you to divorce my son and never ever come back.
Oh, I see. I was afraid that you were going to say that. Well, I have no intention of breaking up with Ben. And I know for a fact that Ben doesn't want to leave me either.
I don't care at all what you think or what Ben thinks about you. The fact of the matter is that I'm not going to let you give birth to my grandchild.
I really don't know what you want me to say about that. I mean, I'm already pregnant, so...
Oh, you can go ahead and have the kid. I don't care about that. But you are not going to be raising it as a part of my family. I never ever want to hear even a word about this child.
Lucy, what are you saying? You can't be serious about this, right?
Oh, I am. I am dead serious about this. In fact, I'm actually having lunch with one of your friends right now. We're talking about how lovely it would be if she was married to Ben instead of you. If you know of anyone else who might want to marry Ben, please let me know. But anyways, this girl I'm with now was at one of my husband's office parties and was just head over heels when it came to Ben.
And so that's why I should divorce Ben, just like you're saying?
Of course. Don't you dare try and question my logic. I don't want a woman who was raised only by her mother polluting my bloodline. Unlike you, I've been raised with all the niceties of being a good homemaker. Baking, cooking, cleaning, I learned it all. I even used to work as a piano teacher because I was so skilled at playing it. And as far as I know, this young lady I'm talking to has all of these skills too.
Okay, well, your son and I love each other. Doesn't that matter at all? Either way, we're not going to be getting a divorce, especially now that I'm pregnant.
And just why do you think that has any bearing on anything? Is it money? Is that what you want? I'll be more than happy to pay you off if you go and never ever come back. Don't worry about that.
It's not about the money, Lucy. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that you are not going to be a member of my family. You and my son have already been married for 6 months living here, and it's just been horrible. I mean, you still haven't learned how to be a homemaker at all. I just know that this young lady I'm here with now will be the perfect wife for my son. She's far above anywhere you could dream of reaching.
Well, you're more than entitled to your opinion, but that isn't going to change the fact that Ben and I aren't splitting up. Ben feels the same way. We both understand how you feel about this, but we've made up our minds.
Oh, I'm afraid that just won't do, my dear. You are going to move out and that is that. Besides, I know that Ben is on my side in this. You seem to be mistaken.
I don't get it. Why didn't you say anything about these reservations you have now when we got married in the first place?
I was just so excited that my son was finally getting married that I didn't bother looking into who exactly he was marrying. So I thought that Ben must have made a good choice for himself and chose to keep my thoughts to myself. But 6 months later, I can see now that I was dead wrong. And now I see that you're nothing but an ill-mannered little girl.
Well, fine. If you want me to leave, then that's what I'll do. But Ben is going to be leaving with me.
I am telling you that this is not how this is going to work, understand me? Honestly, where do you get off talking to me like that? You have got some nerve. But fine, I suppose we'll see who is really right about this in the end. And then you'll know just how little you mean to Ben.
Lucy, please, what is the matter with you? Can't you at least let me put some more clothes on?
I'm afraid that is not going to do. But don't worry, I'll pack up all your things and send them to your parents' house. And never, ever come back here again, or else I'll call the police on you.
Lucy, what month do you think it is right now? I mean, have you even looked outside? It's snowing. My body is going to freeze if you keep me out here in these soaking wet clothes. I don't even have my wallet. Can't you at least let me put on some decent clothes? Think of my baby. You know this can't be good for it.
I already told you that it's not going to happen. And good, I hope it is bad for the baby. That's why I dumped water in you and kicked you out of the house in the first place.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? You're not serious about that, are you?
Of course I am. I'm going to save my son from having to father that horrible whelp you're carrying inside of you. And that is going to save me a lot of trouble in the future. I can already tell.
I don't believe it. I literally can't believe what I'm reading right now. Don't you realize what you're saying?
Oh, I know quite well what I'm saying, thank you. But it's fine. I'll be forgiven for this. After all, I had a sign to do this. Ben is away on a business trip, so there's nothing keeping me from doing this. Now the rest is just up to you. But I know that you don't have any friends around here anyways, so good luck finding anyone who will help you. And good riddance, you good-for-nothing woman.
Okay, fine then. I'll stop asking for your help since you're clearly not interested.
That's right. Now go away. I can't have some sopping wet woman banging on my door all night. It'll worry the neighbors. Leave and never ever come back. Do you understand me?
Hey, Lucy! You have any idea where Tammy is? Did she go back to stay with her parents or something?
Oh, hello, dear. I'm really not sure about her. Honestly, she never tells me anything, so most times I just forget all about her. But I'm sure she's just out. Maybe she's at a cafe with a friend or something like that. Speaking of, I'm about to go meet up with a friend too, so let's talk later.
Hold it right there. You are going to come back to the house and apologize right now.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What do I have to apologize for? Who am I even apologizing to?
You really have no idea what you've done, do you? Now that you've gone and thrown Tammy out, we're going to be ruined!
Ricky, what in the world are you talking about? How is throwing a useless woman like Tammy out of our house going to ruin us? You're not making any sense at all. Are you okay? Did you catch a cold in the snow or something like that?
I'm just fine, thank you! The only person who should be checked into a hospital is you! What were you thinking?
I really have no idea at all what you're talking about.
It's too late. Tammy already told me all about what you put her through. Honestly, why would you do something like that? Thanks to you, we're having the president of Wells Truck Go, one of the largest clients, coming over to the house right now.
Wells Trucko? But that's a huge company. Why in the world would their president be coming to our house?
Because the daughter of said president is none other than Tammy. But they stopped talking because Tammy ran away to be with Ben. But of course, someone like Sam Trucko isn't going to just let his daughter run off unsupervised.
But, hold on a second. Is this some kind of joke? Are you pranking me right now?
I wish it was a joke! The only thing that's a joke is how you acted! Did you know that her dad was the one that picked up Tammy shivering on the side of the street? He said he's going to pull all of his contracts his company has with us. Don't you realize what you've done to us? How many times did I tell you to lay off Tammy? Why wouldn't you listen to me?
I'm sorry. I really am so sorry. I had no idea who Tammy was or who her family was, honest.
That much is obvious. But don't apologize to me, apologize to Tammy. And I mean right now. Get back here right now and beg for forgiveness. Lucy, are you there? We have to talk about the meeting.
Oh, is it over already? What happened? Did Sam say he wasn't going to restore our contracts? What's going on?
Well, thanks to Tammy, we're going to be okay. She convinced her father not to punish me for your mistake.
Oh, I see. Well, that is a relief to hear at least. Then I suppose that you'll be on your way back soon? I wasn't able to get your credit card off of you, but I wanted to get a little bit of shopping done while the sun is still out. You have no idea how stressed I've been. And I'm sick and tired of living in a hotel like this. When can I go back?
What are you talking about? Don't you realize you almost bankrupted my whole company? The only client we work with is Wells Truck Go because of how many orders they put in with us. You think you're stressed? What about me?
Well, I already said that I'm sorry. I don't really know what else you expect to hear from me. Besides, like I said, I had no idea who Tammy's father was. And now we're going to be having the grandchild of the president of Wells Truck Go. Isn't that wonderful? We're never going to have to worry about this again.
You've always been like this, you know? Always looking down on those around you. But you really took things too far this time. I mean, this is the woman that our son wants to marry, and you could have killed her!
But that isn't even what I was trying to do. You know that I would never want to take things that far. How is Ben, by the way? You really need to have a chat with him and tell him to fix his attitude, because he's still just refusing to talk to me after this.
He isn't doing good. He wants nothing to do with you. And in fact, neither do I. I'd like to get a divorce.
Wait, what? You can't really be serious about this, right?
Of course I'm serious. Tammy convinced her dad not to pull out our contracts. But that doesn't mean that I've forgiven you.
So then you're really going to get a divorce? Just over some woman?
Some woman? There is no way that you still don't realize how wrong you are when you say that, right?
But then, what's going to happen? I don't understand.
Well, first of all, Tammy's going to sue you for what you did to her. Then I'm going to talk to my lawyer about splitting up our estate. So anyways, go ahead and keep this Sunday free. Because we're going to finalize this thing then.
Wait just a second. You can't do this to me. Think of all the time that we've spent together. You can't just cast me aside like this.
We did have some good times. And I'm so grateful that you were able to give me Ben. But you're reckless, irresponsible, rude, hurtful, and you almost killed our grandchild. You're nothing but trouble. And one of these days, you're going to get someone seriously hurt with your behavior. But I'm not going to be around to be there for you when that does happen. I can't be responsible for your actions anymore.
But even so, I mean, please, I won't have anywhere to go if you leave me. What am I going to do?
I really don't care what you do. But don't worry, you're not going to be left with nothing when this is all done.
But I won't even have a home. Where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to live?
Oh, just give it a rest already. I can't believe you're whining like this. You haven't reflected once on what could have happened to Tammy. You only care about yourself, and you're only demonstrating that now. Divorcing you is the only option I have left.
Please don't say that, Ricky. You know we can work through this. I know that I can be a handful from time to time, but you don't have to end things like this.
Nothing you say is going to change how I feel about this, Lucy. I've put a lot of thought into this, and I've made my decision. Please, just don't try and stop this. This is going to happen, so just accept it. And never, ever come back here again, okay?
Ricky, please. I'm so sorry about all of this. I never meant to hurt anyone at all.
I'll see you Sunday for the divorce talk. And Tammy's gonna be there too, by the way. The last time she came over, you pretended to be asleep all day so you wouldn't have to see her. But you are going to apologize to her. Do you understand me?
Wait, so you're really going to bring Tammy to our divorce proceedings?
Well, Lucy, what's it been? A month since we last spoke?
Wait, what? Who is this now? Wait a second, is this Tammy? How are you? Are you okay? How is your little baby?
Oh, the baby is just fine. Not thanks to you. I was just so lucky that my father happened to be in the area. Although I did catch a really nasty cold thanks to you.
I really am so sorry about this whole thing. But you already know that, dear, don't you?
Just save it. I'm not going to be swayed by anything you say. You are nothing to me, do you understand that? But I hope you have a good life with no problems that ever drive you back here to bother us ever again.
Tammy, I've never seen this side of you. You were normally so soft-spoken and sweet.
Well, that was before you tried to kill my baby and I by freezing us to death.
Please, dear, show me some mercy. Surely you and I have had good times together as well, right? You don't really want to do this to me.
You know, I used to respect you. I thought you were so prim and proper and everything a good wife should be. But now I see that you're nothing more than a pampered old hag who has no idea how to take care of herself. I have no respect for you. And neither does your soon-to-be ex-husband or your son.
Tammy, please, you have to know that I'm so sorry about all of this that's happened between us. I really had no idea who your father was.
And just what does my dad have to do with any of this? Do you really think that it's okay to do what you did to me to anyone, regardless of who they are? You dumped water on me and then shoved me out in the freezing cold with nothing but pants and a t-shirt on. Do you really not realize the severity of what could have happened to me?
I do. Of course I do. I've thought about all the mean things that I've done and said to you, and you have to know that I never do or say any of those awful things ever again, okay? By the way, where are you now? Ricky kicked me out of the house a few days ago, and I've been in a hotel ever since. But please tell me, so I can go and apologize to you in person.
You are never, ever going to know where I am. After what you did to me, I never want to see you again. Hearing an apology from you would only piss me off, I think.
But I'm still your mother-in-law. I mean, Ben is my son. You're not going to forget to take care of your dear mother-in-law just because you're upset at me, right? And what about your baby? Aren't you going to let me meet my first grandchild?
You aren't going to come anywhere near my baby. You're lucky enough to be getting money from your divorce with Ricky. But as far as Ben and I are concerned, you're dead to us. I'll see you this Sunday, but after that, I never want to see you again. In the end, the divorce process for Lucy and Ricky took a whole year before it was over. Because Lucy's lawyer threw every roadblock imaginable in the way. Lucy knew she was going to be getting money from the divorce, but asked for me since she had come to expect a certain standard of living. After hearing the details of the case, however, the judge said that in light of the heinous acts Lucy took against me, that she was lucky not to spend any time in jail, and that she deserved a low quality of life. With only her share of Ricky's assets, she quickly ran through all her money, unfamiliar with how to live within her means. When that happened, she tried reaching out first to Ricky for help, and then to Ben and I. I'm sure she was saddened to find out that we had all blocked her on everything, and even gotten new phone numbers. I wasn't kidding when I said that Lucy would be dead to us. As for Ben and I, we finally feel like we're starting the married life that we've always wanted. I no longer feel so much pressure to be a perfect housewife, and Ben told me he never wanted that for me in the first place. Now, Ben, our son, and I are all living happily together. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Mom, will you be home late again today? Dad made stew for supper again. Oh, he did? You will eat some when you get home this time, right? Listen, Emily, I need you to pass on a message to your dad. Tell him to quit doing things for me without asking. It's downright irritating. Huh? What kind of attitude is that? Surely you mean, thanks for making my supper. I get that he's bored and has nothing but free time on his hands after retiring, but I'd rather he didn't pretend like we were this happy, loved-up couple. If I'm honest, he's been nothing but a thorn in my side lately. Pretend what? Don't forget that I'm the one working long hours and putting food on the table for us all now. I am the breadwinner of this family. All your dad does is eat, sleep, and laze around the house, so he sure as heck isn't in any position to be complaining at me. What are you talking about? Isn't the fact that Dad's able to live off his pension now proof that he worked hard all his life? What's wrong with him taking it easy after all he's done for us? I don't understand. You're a hard-working career woman, and I think that's something to be proud of, but at the same time, I think you should be more respectful with the way you speak about Dad. Good grief, I don't need a lecture from the likes of you. So, you're taking his side in all of this, are you? This isn't about taking sides, Mom. What are we, 6-year-olds? Both you and Dad have worked hard to provide for this family. It's not a competition. I fail to see the problem with Dad relaxing and living off his pension after working his ass off for over 50 years. In 10 more years, you'll be retiring and doing the same yourself, right? I'm not saying you should get on your knees and thank him for his efforts, but surely you could at least not be so disrespectful towards him. Yeah, whatever. Is the sermon over now? If you'll excuse me, I'm surrounded by mountains of invoices and they aren't going to complete themselves. Unlike your father, some of us have work to do. I'll be eating in the office cafeteria tonight, so I won't be needing your dad's crummy stew. Wow, I see how it is. You didn't take in a single word of what I just said, did you? And are you seriously insulting his stew now, too? Ugh. You know, Mom, you're seriously starting to rile me up. I suggest you reevaluate the way you talk about my dad, and soon.
Hey, Emily, my sweet, delicious honey pie. Is now a good time? There's something I need to check with you.
Good morning, Chester, my rugged love muffin. It's not like you to message me this early. What's up?
Well, did your mom sleep away from the house last night by any chance? Or was she at home with you and your dad?
My mom? Apparently there was some trouble at the office that made her miss the last train, and she couldn't get a hold of a taxi without waiting over an hour. So she decided to sleep at a hotel near her company. She should be going straight to work from the hotel today.
I see. Is that what she told you?
Yes. This kind of thing has become pretty common ever since she got that promotion. To be honest, if anything, it's more unusual for her to be at home these days. She's the manager of a new department, so apparently she's constantly burdened with huge amounts of responsibility. And overtime has practically become part of her regular working hours.
I see.
What is it? Do you know something about my mom?
Well, it's just that... To be honest, I was hesitating about whether to mention this to you, what with me and you getting married next month. I thought maybe the timing was a bit off. But then kicking the can down the road ain't gonna do anyone any favors either.
Huh? If there's something bugging you, then you should tell me.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry for dragging it out. I bet I sound crazy dramatic right about now. To be honest with you, it's pretty heavy.
To tell you the truth, I think my mom's been acting weird for a while now. I get the impression she's hiding something from me and my dad, so if you know anything, I'd like to hear it.
You do? I see.
Yep, and I'm not the only one. My dad's feeling pretty anxious over the way she's behaving too, so go on, tell me.
Your dad too? Huh. Damn. In that case, I really should tell you. Alright, babe, I'll tell you. I'm serious, though, it's heavy. You might want to sit down for this one.
Okay, I'm ready.
The thing is, I think your mom might be having an affair.
What?
You know that big, flashy, extravagant hotel that looks like a castle I go past on my way to work?
Yeah, the one with a reputation for being seedy and attracting a less than respectable clientele?
Bingo. Well, the thing is, last night on my way home from work, I just so happened to see your mom going in there with one of my coworkers.
Whoa, what the heck? Hang on a sec. How old is your coworker?
Same age as me.
What? Oh my god, are you serious? I'm shocked enough that she's having an affair, but to think she's cheating on my dad with someone old enough to be her son? That's disgusting.
If she wasn't married, there wouldn't be an issue. I mean, it'd still be kinda weird, but if it made them happy, then who would we be to comment, right? Of course, she is married, though. And that's not all. Your dad isn't the only one being cheated on here. My coworker is married. With kids.
Oh my god, he's married too?
I'm sorry, babe. I know how shocking this is.
It's fine, I appreciate you telling me. Should I tell my dad about this? He might have some questions for you if I do.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Alright, got it. I'm sorry to trouble you like this. Knowing what my dad's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he hired a private investigator to gather evidence for him.
Got it. I'm happy to go along with whatever your dad decides he wants to do. I should probably tell my mom and dad about it too. They think you're amazing though, so don't worry. It won't make them opposed to the wedding or anything like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. And thank you, Chester. Mom, I didn't see you this morning and now you're not even at the church? Where the hell are you? Mom, how about you answer the frickin' phone? What do you want? My phone is blowing up because of you, you silly girl. Answer me. Where are you? At work, obviously. I'm always at work. Why even bother asking questions you already knew the answer to? You're at work today? Yes, I had to come in on my day off due to some trouble at the office. This has been decided since last week. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy at work, so quit bugging me. I might have to stay at the office again tonight, so if you don't hear from me again, that's why. So you're at work, are you? Yes. Now, if you understand, you can stop messaging me now. Mom, sorry to bug you while you're away having an affair, But today is my wedding day. Huh? Oh, you forgot, huh? Fine, I've heard enough now. This conversation is over. What the? No! Wait a second, dear. Wasn't your wedding supposed to be next week? No, next week's when we leave for the honeymoon. Wait. Seriously? Don't bother showing up at the church today. I think you'd sorely regret it if you did. You see, I'm currently in the process of apologizing to everybody, including our relatives and Chester's entire family, for your absence. You're doing what now? Rest assured, I'm telling everybody exactly why you're not here, because you're on vacation having an affair with your lover. What the hell do you think you're playing at, you silly little girl? Do you have any idea how much damage you'll do to my reputation? I'm just relieved that Chester's parents were kind and big-hearted enough to understand that your despicable behavior isn't a reflection on me and didn't change their minds on giving us their blessing for the wedding. Stop! I'm on my way to the church! The wedding will be over by the time you get here. Huh? What do you mean? It would take you 3 hours to drive out all this way. Even if you left right this instant, you still wouldn't come close to making it on time. What? How the hell do you know that? Because Dad hired a private investigator who found out which hotel you and your lover are staying at. A private investigator? Has he lost his mind? He already found out about how your lover is one of your clients from another company. In fact, we've known for a while now. Oh my God! Oh, this can't be happening! Whatever you do now, it's too little, too late, so you may as well give up. I'm sorry to spoil your cheater's vacation with Loverboy, Mom. I feel bad. You were so excited about it you forgot your own daughter's wedding. How about you just forget about this whole thing and enjoy your time away? Your lover is obviously far, far more important to you than me and Dad ever were. Oh my God, Emily, please. I still have some preparations to make for the wedding. Bye. Emily, oh my God. Do you know where your dad went? I can't find him anywhere. He's not at the house. What do you want? I just canceled my vacation and came home, but all of your dad's things are gone and he's nowhere to be seen. Wow, you only just noticed? What do you mean, only just? How long has he been gone? Dad started moving his things a week ago. A week ago? He left a set of signed divorce papers in a folder containing all the proof of your affair with me this morning. You'll find them on the living room table. Oh, and he obviously has separate copies of the evidence, so destroying it won't accomplish anything. Dad felt awful about asking me to deal with something so crappy on my wedding day. And to be honest, I felt awful about how awful he felt. That said, I felt I had an obligation to take them to the house. In my mind, it was my way of declaring the end of our relationship and making the mental preparations to remove you from my life. Remove me from your life? What on earth are you talking about, Emily? Don't say such crazy things. How is it crazy? This was obviously going to happen. How did you think I'd react to finding out my mom was having an affair with a guy twice her age? How did you think I'd react to you being so wrapped up in your affair that you'd forget your own daughter's wedding day? You disgust me. Oh my God, what are you even saying? This is no way to speak to your mother. You mean the same mother whose cheater's vacation was more important to her than my wedding? You betrayed me, Mom. Do you have any idea how I felt? Do you have any idea how Dad feels after you betrayed him by cheating on him with some pipsqueak office nerd? Half his age after he spent his entire life doing backbreaking manual labor to provide for you and this family. That's, Oh, and let's not forget your lover's wife. Do you have any idea how she feels? Do you have any idea how any of us feel? The answer is no, isn't it? Because you don't care. What am I even supposed to say to that? It's okay to admit you're a narcissistic manipulator who doesn't give a rat's ass about other people. We're cutting you out of our lives for good now anyway, so it's not like it makes any difference. You're cutting me out of your lives? Make no mistake, though, you will pay for what you did to us, you lying, cheating waste of space. You can't escape from the hellfire that's about to rain down on you, you despicable witch. Pay? Goodbye. Emily, please. You have to tell your dad to withdraw this compensation claim. There's no way I can afford to pay all this. Has he lost his mind? I already lost my job. My boss found out I was giving Chad preferential treatment on our business contracts to keep him happy so he wouldn't break up with me. In a certain sense, I'm the victim in all this. My asshole boyfriend's the one who's in the wrong for making sexual advances against me to get ahead at work. Hello? Are you looking at these messages? I can see the tick marks. Stop ignoring me. Emily, please, I'm begging you. Isn't there some way we can make all of this go away? I feel terrible about what I did. Simply terrible. Honestly, I don't know what came over me and made me act so stupidly. I'm begging you, won't you please talk to your father? Won't you make him see sense? He'll listen to you. Won't you tell him to forgive me, please? Oh, pretty please, with a cherry on top? I'm begging you. You have to save our marriage, darling. Emily! Why won't you answer my calls? Why are you ignoring my messages? Don't I at least deserve a reply? I'm your mother! I am the victim in all this, goddammit! You're my daughter. Surely you understand how none of this is my fault. Emily! I didn't have the energy to respond to any of my mom's crap, so I tried to pretend I blocked her. Unfortunately, she wasn't as tech-illiterate as I'd hoped, and she realized I could see her messages when she saw the tick marks. Meaning I had no choice but to actually block her before the notifications drove me insane. The next day, just to be safe, I got a new number. True to form as the most stubborn person I've ever known, she refused to agree to the divorce for a whole 6 months, constantly insisting that she, and not my dad, was the victim in all of this. Eventually, my mom's brother, my uncle, lost his patience and gave her a furious lecture said to be so loud it could be heard from 5 blocks away. And with that, she finally agreed to sign the divorce papers. To my surprise, she even paid my dad all of the compensation he asked for in one lump sum. Who knows, maybe she does have a conscience after all. I wouldn't bet on it, though. Newly single and afraid of being alone, my mom did try showing up at her ex-lover's place after finding out his wife had also divorced him. But unfortunately for my mom, he had found himself a new girlfriend during the 6 months she'd spent fighting the divorce. And it was at that moment that the grave reality that he'd been using her as a tool to advance his career truly sunk in. With that, consumed with jealous rage, she transformed into a feral beast and launched an attack on them as they went out for a meal at a restaurant one evening. I don't know the details, but I do know that the police were called and charges were filed. As for me, Chester, and my dad, all we can say is thank God we cut her out of our lives. Life's too short to keep toxic people like my ex-mom around. Here's to the future.